New at midday, answering your questions about mail-in ballot voting in Nevada and more. This morning, I spoke with the Registrar of Voters to see how the election season is shaping up. Joe Gloria, the Registrar of Voters, here today to help us answer some questions about, this is top of mind for everybody who is a voter. I'm sure your job must keep you so busy like a CPA heading into April 15th. You're marching towards the deadline of November 3rd. You've got to be busy in your office.
We certainly are. The deadline doesn't move, and I have to give credit to my staff. They were all hanging in there.
So for someone who is a voter, who's registered to vote, how can they check on that registration? Or if they're not yet registered, how can they best do that?
All voters who are registered who want to check it or update their information can go to our website, clarkcountynv.gov/vote, log into Registered Voter Services, and you'll be able to check your record and make it necessary. If you've moved, you definitely want to let us know because we don't want to send a ballot to that address. Ballots are not forwardable, so you need to make sure that information is correct.
Yesterday we had on our news, we've been noticing a lot of people calling us about getting this postcard that came in their mailbox, and it had a checklist of things you need to do to register. That didn't come from your office though, did it?
No, it did not. That was not from the election department.
Was it helpful, or was that more of a pain for you?
I'm not sure if you're referring to the card from the Secretary of State or the Postal Service.
Right, the one that said you need to put a stamp on it to send it back, and that doesn't necessarily ring true for us here in Southern Nevada, does it?
No, it does not. All active voters here in Clark County are going to be receiving a mail ballot. So as long as your information is correct, you will receive that along with other information in the sample ballot and the mail ballot supplement. We will also have an extended in-person opportunity during early voting and election day.
What's the difference between an absentee ballot and a mail-in ballot?
As far as we're concerned, they're processed the same.
Okay.
Voters are normally required to put in a request to receive an absentee ballot, but dealing with the pandemic situation, and as a result of AB 4, we're automatically sending to all active registered voters.
So everybody who's a registered voter will get a mail-in ballot, but they can also go in person if they want to on election day, right?
That is correct. And during early voting, we'll have 35 sites available for 14 days during the October 17th to 30th period. And on election day, there will be 125 vote centers for voters to take advantage of throughout the county. Also important to mention, mail ballot drop-off locations will be available at all early voting sites and all election day vote centers. So for those that don't want to put their ballot in the mail, they can simply take it to a mail ballot drop-off location.
There's been a number of concerns from several different directions about the counting of mail-in ballots. That does require a little extra manpower, doesn't it?
Certainly. The number of ballots that we're going to receive is tremendously higher than what we would normally see in our election cycles. We're customarily an in-person voting. However, we have staffed up. We've got some additional equipment on hand. So we're prepared to handle that volume. And as a result of AB 4, we have more days to count. So we're well prepared to handle that.
Are you still looking for help for those voting booths, the people who come to to vote in person? Are you still looking for people to help man those sites?
We had a tremendous response once I put the alert out in mid-August. So we're looking good to staff our election day and early voting sites. However, anybody who speaks Spanish or Filipino can fill in as a translator at these sites, and we're still looking for those workers.
Well, Mr. Gloria, we've got lots more questions for you about the election process as we continue on through this season, but we're going to try to get to those in the weeks ahead. We appreciate your answering our questions, and we hope to get back to you next week about this time.
Yes, I'm looking forward to spending time with you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Gloria. And if you have any questions about the upcoming election, you can join Joe Gloria tomorrow for our virtual town hall meeting on Facebook. You can also watch on Clark County's website. That starts at 6 p.m. tomorrow.